There.
Greetings, mortals. I am Warevo, the defender and guardian of the multiverse, here with another episode of Storming Camelot. Tonight we have a very special Halloween edition as we discuss a movie that has become very close to me. Tonight we are discussing the 1980s classic Beetlejuice. And joining me tonight, we have three very special guests. Hailing from the not-so-distant future year of 2117, we have Theta of the Grid.
Thank you for having me. I am in my Ghostbusters attire tonight because I hear that there is a spook, specter, or ghost that is haunting this place.
And hailing from the darkest depths of the underworld, we have the Gimp Reaper himself, Casey Asowski, for Casey's Creepy Creations.
Oh, Morevo, a true pleasure. Theta, I think the ghost you're going to have to catch tonight is me, because
No.
after this is over, I'm hitting the graveyard and digging up a girl.
Well, no, you're not a ghost. You're more of a wrangler of ghosts. So you're the keeper of the ghosts, the sheep herder of the ghosts, if you will. So you're more of a demonic presence than.
I would dare to compare him to Ghost Rider.
Yes, that's a good comparison. Yeah.
Well, that was why I paid extra for the flaming model.
Yeah.
And last but most certainly not least, we have a woman who is very near and dear to my heart, my dear girlfriend, Rainbow Sparkle.
Hi.
Tonight's show, let's just say, it's showtime! So, the 1980s classic Beetlejuice. A Michael Keaton classic, which, fun fact, is of all of Michael Keaton's movies, is his personal favorite of the ones he's done.
I believe it. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I could see him having so much fun on the set making this movie. That makes total sense to me. I mean, he just got to let loose completely on this film.
Yeah. For only having 20 to 30 minutes of screen time, he really stole the movie.
Well, yeah, I mean it's named Beetlejuice. Yeah, it's all about him.
Well, that he was so thunderously manic throughout those 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
You just never knew what was coming out of his mouth, where he was going to pop up, or what crazy world he was going to take you to.
Know what I mean?
Know what I mean? Yeah, I did have a whole shtick involving Beetlejuice planned, but I tried to do a Beetlejuice impression yesterday, and 10 to 12 minutes into trying the impression, my throat just said, nope, screw you, I'm done.
Yeah, you really got to practice. You got to hone your vocal cords to do any voice. It really takes a lot of practice, and
which is ironic. Is I can pull off Eric Cartman better than most, but even that I can only do so much of. But don't ask Rain about my Joker impression.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is there something we should know here, my dear?
I will let her give out any details that she wishes.
In that one, he goes a little too far into character sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm assuming, were you doing the Heath Ledger Joker, Warevo?
It sounds like it.
I do love a good Heath Ledger. The problem is, I suck at it.
Well, look at it this way. Why do you think I use a clone during my videos? Because my voice so bad. It would kill animals.
Where's Rachel? Where's she?
Oh yeah! No wait, that was Randy Savage.
Yeah, that's Macho Man.
That was nice. That was good.
Yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim.
And
Now you're making me hungry for one of those. I haven't eaten all day.
And now Rainbow Sparkle is learning just how insane we are when we get into a room together.
True.
And start
Yeah.
recording.
I'm sorry that you had to
I
see this,
already knew
Rain.
that.
Well, picture 5 to 6 hours of nothing but this.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we will start off with favorite moments from the movie, or those who haven't seen the movie in a while, favorite moments that you can recall.
Oh, I mean, I remember all the main moments. I mean, the parts with Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis when they first learn, that they're ghosts, and they just put sheets over their bodies, and like they're like woo, trying to scare Lydia, and Lydia just walks by like nothing. And then finally when they start stretching their faces out, and the sandworm obviously is a huge aspect of the movie that freaked me out. The whole house is just so uncanny and surreal. It's such a crazy place to live. Just the way that it's built and everything, and the attire that the cast wears, that Tim Burton, you know, I guess not Tim Burton specifically. He approved it, but the casting, or not the set and costume makers of the film, they just put these outfits on them that made them look like they were coming out of a Salvador Dali painting or something. It was insane. Yeah.
Yeah, there was something very surreal and otherworldly about the whole thing.
Mhm.
Rain?
I think my favorite part is when the title character kicked over a tree,
Yeah.
knowing what I know now about that part.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that fun little fact. Would you like to share that fun little tidbit with Theta and Casey?
Yeah, the fact that kicking over the tree wasn't actually supposed to happen. It was supposed to stay standing.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah. The part where he says "nice," he knocks over the tree and then says "nice model" and then honks his crotch. That was completely ad-libbed.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That was as unscripted as Bill Murray's line in Ghostbusters. This man has no dick.
Yeah.
And just like that scene, it was funny enough that they kept it in the movie.
Yeah. Well, when you have movie magic, you got to keep it in.
Yep. Casey,
Something
what
we
was
don't
your
have
favorite
today.
moment? What was your
Well-
favorite moment from what you can remember?
What I remember most about this movie was the practical effects. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, but as I recall, the main antagonist of the movie, the two of them, didn't they get swallowed by the sandworm at the end?
Yes.
No, it was actually Beetlejuice that got
It was
swallowed by
Beetlejuice,
the
yeah.
sandworm.
Well, I remember that somebody got swallowed, and as I was explaining to you guys before we started this, I was like a teenager or like an older kid when I saw this, and it was very unsettling to me. I also enjoyed the part where where she takes the piece of chalk and chalks the little square on brick wall, and then
Mhm.
she summons him, and all of a sudden the brick wall opens up, and they got the fog coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was awesome.
when they discovered the waiting room of the other world for the first
Oh
time.
yeah.
Yeah, and the what is it? The book for the recently deceased.
The handbook
Yeah,
for
handbooks
handbook
for the
deceased.
recently deceased.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
that was
I always
awesome.
wondered where I could get one of those, and especially because of my current
You
vocation, it would
they
probably
they
be
have them. You know where I got my Tobin Spirit Guide? They sell that book as well.
oh,
With the complete. I mean, it's actually writing. I mean, they actually wrote a book for the handbook for the recently deceased Magnolia props. That's where I got my Tobin
I
Spirit Guide. Yeah,
I gotta
that's
have
awesome.
one. I
Yeah,
gotta have one.
I think it's only
Wow,
like $65. It's
that's
pretty
not
cheap.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially compared to the Tobin Spirit Guide.
Well, I'd still like
Yeah.
a Tobin's too if I could afford it, but I
Oh
don't think
yeah.
I ever will be able to.
You know, I can actually read Beetlejuice's part in Tobin's Spirit Guide, what class he is and everything from the Ghostbusters perspective if you want a little bit later.
Yeah. Speaking of fun behind the movie facts, I have a whole list of them here for us to go over.
Let's go.
Starting with here's a good one for you. The original first choice for director was going to be Wes Craven.
Yes, I did know that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, now that would have been
Well,
cool.
because he was hot. Because I don't. It wouldn't have been the same. It would have been more reality based. It wouldn't have been as surreal. And I don't think it would have been as memorable, honestly.
Yeah. It would have I felt it would have been more akin to something more like Nightmare on Elm Street rather than
Exactly.
being a
It there wouldn't have been as
20.
much. Yeah, there wouldn't have been as much comedy in the way that Michael Keaton did it. I think that it would have been more strict as far as the way that it was performed.
Yeah. And here's one that Rainbow Sparkle will love. Catherine O'Hara's line, Delia's line,
Hmm.
if you don't let me gut this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me. That was ad-libbed.
Yeah, Catherine O'Hara is a great improv actor. She was one of the um, first city street sketch comedy uh, actors in believe it was Chicago or it was somewhere up northeast.
If you're talking about Second City, yeah, it was
Second
Chicago.
city,
It
second
was
city, yeah,
Chicago. It was
yeah,
Chicago. Yes.
second city, yeah, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. And
Yeah, she got to work with Jim Belushi, all Bill Murray before SNL, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis. Like she was up there. She had her improv chops.
and I know Rain's not gonna know most of these names, but also considered for the role of Lydia Dietz were Juliette Lewis, Lori Loughlin, Diane Lane, Sarah Jessica Parker, Brooke Shields, Justine Bateman, Molly Ringwald, and Jennifer Connelly.
How can you not know those names?
Whoa. My God,
I
that's a guy.
don't usually pay much attention to the
Oh,
actors list.
Yeah,
gotcha.
she is more the kind of woman to get into the actual universe, to get into the lore. She's not more into
Gotcha.
the real world side of it. She's more into the in-universe side of it.
Gotcha. That
Of
makes
course,
sense.
being
I can give you a pass for that.
Of course, being multiverse travelers, we've seen more than our fair share of that, so I can fully relate.
As have I.
Although sometimes, if I know an actor from one thing I like is going to be in something else coming out, I will be inclined to go check out that new thing.
Yeah.
Because I know Adam Sandler and Ryan Reynolds, I know, are a couple of her favorite actors.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. Yeah, they're good. I mean, they're really good. Did you I didn't even realize that Happy Gilmore 2 was made until like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
I thought it was just a joke, but yeah.
yeah, it was
It was
an actual thing.
it was
No,
actually pretty good. It was actually
well,
pretty good.
from what I heard, wasn't it true that that movie scored a record for like first day viewing on the platform? I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But here's a fun fact that I know a lot of you will enjoy. Uh, Otho, the character
Yeah.
that me and Ren love
Of
to hate,
course. Of course. Yeah.
uh, says in the scene, the Beetlejuice on the banister scene where Beetlejuice turns into the snake
Yeah.
when Otho falls down the stairs.
Uh-huh.
Glenn Shaddix, Otho's actor, died of blunt force trauma to the head due to a fall at the age of 58 from falling down a set of stairs.
Whoa,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Whoa. That's pretty dark.
that's
yeah.
trippy, dude.
There's a couple
Yeah,
of
that's that's kind of that's
dark facts in
that's
here
kind of
too.
like prophetic. That's crazy.
Yep. Sylvia Sidney died in a very similar manner to how her character was depicted as well. Don't remember the name of her character, but she played the Maitland's caseworker,
Juno.
Juno.
Oh, Juno. Okay.
Uh, died.
Ellen Page.
Let's see. The fact here, as I have it written here, Sydney Sylvia plays a smoking ghost with a hole in her throat which emits smoke.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I
Gotcha.
do remember something about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Says she died from throat cancer in New York City at age 88.
Yeah, she was one of the ones that was in the waiting room for the recently deceased.
Yeah. Another fun fact behind the Bannister scene. The Bannister scene was originally filmed before Michael Keaton was cast. And
Oh,
after he was cast, they shot some additional footage using a stop motion snake that was made to look more like Beetlejuice.
exactly. Yeah, they would have to go and resculpt the entire face. Yeah, that's crazy.
But speaking of Michael Keaton, did you know that Michael Keaton refused the role of Beetlejuice multiple times?
Yes, I did. I actually did know that. Yeah.
In fact, Tim Burton had to beg Michael
Him.
Keaton
Yeah.
to do it.
Yep. 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 And thank God he did. I mean, like you said earlier, that was his Michael Keaton's favorite role that he ever did. So I'm
Yep.
sure he's thanking the stars that Tim Burton begged him to come on because
Yep.
yeah, I'm sure he had the best time doing that, and if he had really said no, then he would have been missing out.
And
Although I love Birdman. I don't know if y'all have seen Michael Keaton in Birdman. That is a really good performance by Michael Keaton as well.
I did not see that movie.
You got
I
you
remember
gotta
when-
see it.
I remember seeing the poster for it when it came out.
It's
First,
good.
my first thought that it was a live action adaptation of the old Birdman cartoons.
No, it's more of a meta commentary on like Adam West's Batman in the 70s, and
Really?
he's an out of he's known for this superhero character, and now he can't get work. So it's a meta commentary on Adam West playing Batman and not being able to get any work after that because of his role as Birdman or Adam West Batman, and so he has to take this theater position, and it's dramatic, it's hilarious, it's traumatic. Honestly, like it's just all around a really good movie. I highly recommend it. There's a lot of surrealistic parts in it as well. So I think there's something for everybody in it. So I highly recommend checking it out.
Anything you'd like to add, hon?
Nope.
No, he was talking to Casey. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait a minute. Now you know we weren't supposed to mention it, Warable.
Sorry, Rain. I'm just kidding.
Our next fun fact: considered for the role of Otho were Bob Hoskins, John Goodman, and John Candy.
I would have loved to have seen Bob Hoskins do that, actually.
I think Bob Hoskins could have played it, but I think they did. I think that they went with a really good choice. With the I don't know the actor's name, but he was really good as that character.
Glenn Shaddix or Shadix.
Yeah.
Played the role of Otho.
Yeah, he just because I couldn't see Bob Hoskins playing a flamboyant type of because this Glenn guy, he played a perfect line between curator, helper, and he is very flamboyant. I couldn't see Bob Hoskins playing such a flamboyant character as Ortho.
Yeah. And another one considered for the role of Barbara, or the Barbara Maitland, were Kirstie Alley, Sigourney Weaver, Linda Blair, Goldie Hawn, Laura Dern, and Linda Hamilton.
Wow, that's a list.
Kirstie Alley was the first choice, but she didn't get it because the producers of Cheers, which she was involved in at the time, wouldn't let her out of her contract.
I was gonna say I would think that Kirstie Alley would have been the perfect choice for that, but that makes perfect sense that she wasn't allowed to. Yeah.
All things considered, I think we got a great product.
Yeah, for sure.
And the next thing me and Rain are gonna do is watch the sequel.
I still have yet to see the sequel, so
I know Rain's already seen it once, and she thoroughly
I've
enjoyed
seen it a couple times.
Maybe one of these days we can have a members only stream, and we can play it on one of my or we can play it on your channel too, whatever you want.
Yeah, we could absolutely do that. If YouTube will allow us.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean like off stream. You know,
yeah.
Couldn't you put it on like Cosme or something?
Yeah, we can do it on Cosme, or we can do it. Actually, Cosme would be perfect. That way, we can still stream it. And now StreamYard has a new feature for adding chat to your screen, so I can on my pro platform streaming, I can add a chat screen, so that way anybody that comes in, they're not just going to see 5 people sitting here silent watching a movie, throwing in a line every once in a while. They can actually see the chat and interacting and stuff. So.
Oh man, that sounds cool. I can bring my I can bring everybody my hot buttered tarantulas.
Here's another fun fact that I know our resident horror master Casey will love. The scene in Beetlejuice where Beetlejuice eats the fly is actually a reference to the movie The Fly.
Huh.
You know what? I have actually heard that. That
Yep.
Interesting.
that was taken as a homage to The Fly,
Yep.
That's interesting.
which is another one of my favorite horror movies.
Yep.
Thank you for helping me add to my list.
Yeah.
Warable.
Also, another real world thing with Beetlejuice is Beetlejuice was the you remember how Netflix originally started as a DVD mail-in service?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice was the first DVD they sold.
Wow.
Wow.
That's some knowledge there. That's awesome.
That's so Beetlejuice started it all.
Yeah. If it wasn't
Yep.
for Beetlejuice, there would be no Netflix.
Well, my bank account would be healthier for it, but
But at what cost?
I know, right?
Exactly.
true enough.
I remember my grandmother had a copy of Beetlejuice, so that's where I first saw it. I watched her VHS copy back in the day, back in the 90s. I'm an old fart. Yeah.
You
I
know,
actually have a copy of Beetlejuice and the sequel.
Yeah. I still need to see the sequel. I've seen little bits of it, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
One thing I actually do like the idea of us watching the sequel and the original. We can watch the original, then watch the sequel.
I would love to, yeah.
Now that would be a double feature.
Yeah.
Well, no, I won't say where it would be a double feature, but it's a place I know well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The any you ever watch the show Community?
Dude, are you talking to me? I am a Community enthusiast. I am a connoisseur of the show Community. Chevy Chase, Joel McHale, the whole
Then I'm
cast.
I'm not telling you anything new with this one. It says in the 20 years after Beetlejuice aired, the show started.
Mhm.
There was a elaborate but very subtle multi-year tribute to Beetlejuice, where during the first 3 seasons of the show, a character said the word Beetlejuice once per season until just after the 3rd season mention, someone in a Beetlejuice costume walked by in the background.
That's true. Yeah, that is such an underrated show. Well, at the time it wasn't underrated, but I think that it's gotten lost in the ether because Chevy Chase just became a big a-hole, and him and Dan Harmon had some issues and stuff like that. So Chevy Chase wanted more pay, and he didn't like being made fun of, even though it was just riffing. I mean, you would think that somebody that was on SNL that could take a riff, a good back and forth with each other, but he had such an ego that he couldn't let it go. There was the award ceremony type thing, and they had somebody on stage. I think it was Dan Harmon, the creator. Kind of just take a little jab at Chevy Chase, and Chevy Chase took his family and walked out. It was really off. It was really sad.
If he doesn't like being made fun of, don't tell him about South Park.
Oh, I know, right?
Rainbow Sparkle will love this one. And this being a reference to one of my favorite horror movies, or Halloween movies. Y'all remember the merry-go-round outfit that Beetlejuice wore in the movie?
Iconic. Yeah.
At the top of it, the skeleton head on the top of the costume was actually Jack Skellington.
Oh man.
No way. Well,
But
was the Nightmare on Elm Street out? I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Was that out yet at that time?
No, that didn't come out until 1993.
Oh, okay, good.
Tim Burton, Jack Skellington, that was just a skeletal figure Tim Burton had at the time.
He had just had it in his mind, and he used. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, he used it. He used it a lot back then. It didn't become Jack Skellington until Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's cool. That's a really cool fact.
Coraline also has a literal Easter egg to Nightmare Before Christmas.
Like a literal egg?
Yeah, when the other mother is cracking eggs over the stove and you see the yolk slowly dropping down, it has Jack Skellington's face on it.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, Tim Burton had been drawing that figure since 1982.
Yeah. That's what happens with a lot of writers. They have an idea or a character in their head, and it haunts them, so they just keep drawing it or keep thinking about it or keep writing about it, and until they finally figure out where it goes in their universe.
Yeah. Does anyone have any fun little things from the movie they'd like to add?
I mean,
I'll be the one doing all the talking here.
No. I mean, I don't know any fun facts, or anything. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie in a while. I just remember like the surrealness of the film, the house, the way that it's like on that hill. It looks just so out of place, and yet I don't know.
That's another fun little fact for you. That house was constructed specifically for that movie.
Yes, yeah, I believe it.
Tim Burton and them went all over that state looking for a house before they finally settled on a hill and said, let's build one right here.
Yep. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I would imagine before you even told me that that's exactly what happened, because it's just so it's so out of place. I can't see a realtor, not a realtor, but a building company building a house that odd,
Yeah. Here's another fun little fact for you. Michael Keaton was not the only actor to initially say no. Out of all the people who were cast, Gina Davis was the only one who committed to it from the beginning.
Huh.
Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara, and Sylvia Sidney all said no at least once.
What about Alec Baldwin?
It doesn't mention anything about him here.
Maybe him and Gina Davis were on from the beginning. Maybe because it was starring. I mean, really, the screen time that Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin were in the movie was, it was more than everybody else's by a long shot.
Yeah. Here's one that absolutely disappoints me. Y'all remember the hideous face that Beetlejuice makes twice during the course of the movie?
Which one? I mean, are you talking about the snake? Are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one
the eyes popping out.
The one that we don't get to see. Like
I'm not.
specifically toward the beginning of the movie, when the Maitlands are sucked into the model, Beetlejuice is facing away from the camera, and he makes a scary face. That face,
Okay. I know. I remember now what you're talking
yeah.
about. Yeah.
Originally, that face was going to be seen. They had it recorded and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but it was unused.
Yeah.
Why didn't they use it?
Probably to build up mystery, to build up like suspense of like what does this character have the ability to do, like it's the concept of the less you see, the more terrifying it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, after you go to all the trouble of actually creating the scene and having it filmed, and now you don't use it.
Well, but that's how a lot of movies are. They film a lot of extra scenes and stuff. They do multiple takes of the exact same scene, and they in the editing bay. That's when they decide what goes in and what stays out. I mean, just like look at Star Wars. They had all that extra footage from the original Star Wars with Jabba the Hutt that was a big fat guy instead of a slug looking thing like we got in Return of the Jedi, and they ended up using that in the special features or in the special release in the 90s. So movies, they film extra sequences and stuff that they might want to use just because they have the idea, and so there's a lot of stuff that goes on the editing floor that you'll never see unless they want you to.
Yeah. There's a lot behind this movie, and I'm eager to see the sequel. I've actually heard mixed reviews about. I've heard a lot of mixed things about it, leaning more toward the negative side from some people, because it's not as good as the original. Of course, it's not as good as the original. Sequels never are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I refuse to let someone else's opinion decide what my opinion is going to be.
Mhm.
I'm going to watch the movie for myself and decide for myself whether I like it or not. Just like I did
Good.
with the Star Wars sequels.
Exactly.
I heard Doomcock and everyone else talking nothing but trash and hate about them. I reserved my own judgment until I actually went in to see them and saw how terrible they are. Now,
Yeah.
there are some good things in the sequel movies, but they are buried under all the trash.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things, and one of the few things Kathleen Kennedy actually did right, was having Billy D. Williams return as Lando.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give her props. That was a very good choice.
Yeah. I have to give her props for a lot of the original trilogy. She had a lot to do with the original with Steven Spielberg and everything. So in all honesty, back in the late 70s and early 80s when she was doing Indiana Jones and Star Wars with George Lucas, she might have just been kissing, behind, but uh
Yeah.
she had a lot to do with that stuff. So
Yeah, but
I do have something to say about Beetlejuice though, and I'll read it from Tobin's Spirit Guide. Let me go get it real quick.
ooh, this is gonna be fun. I forgot Beetlejuice was mentioned in Tobin's Spirit Guide. While we are waiting for him, why don't we discuss some of our favorite lines?
I'm trying to. All I remember for lines from that movie, and I hate to say this, is Michael Keaton belching. I love that because
All right, so here is Tobin's Spirit Guide. It is a hardback. It is thick. It is 500 pages. It is weathered. It is ready to be.
That thing
All
looks
right.
beautiful, doesn't it?
It really does, and man, it just smells so good too. Like if when you open up like a brand new book in a library, like it just I love that smell.
The
And it has
smell,
such great art in it too. I mean,
the smell of aged and worn paper.
exactly. Let me
I love that smell.
let me find the page, and it's done by parts of the earth too. So like Eastern Europe. So this would be in North America. Beetlejuice.
While we're waiting for Theta to find the page, Ren, what was your favorite line from the movie?
I'd say the line from my favorite part, which I mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Of course,
All right.
we can't forget the Banana Boat song, which
Yeah, exactly. Shake, shake, shake some more. Okay, I got it
Wrong
right
one.
here. All right, we got it right here. Beetlejuice is considered a class 4 caustic ghost. Beetlejuice, often spelled Beetlejuice, is a trickster and mischievous ghost. He is known for hauntings in many homes with apparent purpose of chasing out the residents to leave the house permanently empty. According to some accounts, Beetlejuice died somewhere in the old world, possibly Europe or the Middle East, as his name is derivative of Ya al Jazwa. Jawas Jawa. It's something weird. JWZA Jaza. I guess the hand of Orion is what it means. In the 14th century, he committed suicide when he hung himself over a woman while he was drunk, and he botched the job and ended up suffocating painfully instead of a quick snap neck. It is debated whether his true form is, some say, a winged demon. Through most commonly, he appears as a filthy pale corpse with scraggly green hair, wearing black and white striped clothing, while in corporeal form, he eats insects, including flies and beetles. He has numerous powers, including the ability to warp reality, levitation, regeneration, shape shifting, teleportation, conjuring objects, human possession, mimicking voices, ventriloquism, and telekinesis. Despite the malice nature, Beetlejuice also seems to act as a benefactor of sorts, or at least to other ghosts. He is often a force of relative good, as the characters he causes is often directed towards human antagonists, though his nature is still rude, obnoxious, and hostile even towards those he apparently is helping. He is summoned by invoking his name out loud 3 times in succession. He can easily be vanquished by repeating his name again 3 more times, though this is made much more difficult once he is present. He can stop this incantation using many powers, and then there is a nice little drawing of him right there.
Ah, the beautiful Michael Keaton. Raise it up just a tad bit.
Oh,
Yep. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, that is Tobin's Spirit Guide. So
I have a strong feeling I'm gonna end up looking for a copy of that one of these days, which I
well,
will
it's
no doubt share.
only at Magnolia Props, and and they do a payment plan. So if you put $65 down, which is 20%, then you can pay it off whenever you want. But you have to pay the $65 to reserve a copy, and eventually they're going to stop making them. So as long as you put the $65 down, then you're gonna get a copy as long as you pay it off eventually. But to be able to secure your copy, you have to pay that down payment. So they're really lenient with it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is there
It,
anything
it,
else
it,
anyone?
it is expensive though, and you can also order it in a brand new form, like it came right off the printing press. I ordered the weathered version, so it looks old and kind of used and stuff like that. And you can also order a ornament that is attached to the book as well. I didn't go for that. I didn't think I needed it. I think that it looks, I think it should look like it came off, of a library.
Yeah.
Like you just, bought it off the shelf. You don't need an ornament for it. So, but yeah, I really enjoy that book. It has a bunch of different ghosts from movies and uh,
Yeah.
old tales and stuff.
Yeah. I watched Beetlejuice for the very first time on Tuesday. My
The very first time.
Yep. My first introduction to Beetlejuice was actually through the 90s cartoon, believe it or not.
Oh, me too. Well, not. I mean, not me too. Is in the first time I ever saw it, but I love that cartoon. I had the action figures. I used to watch that show all the time.
Yep. And the my first impression of the movie was it starts off a little bit slow, but
Yeah.
once it gets going, it's an absolute joyride.
Yeah, I think that's how the best movies are. When they start out slow, so they can build some kind of character development and kind of get you sucked in slowly. Because when it just starts out, bam, bam, action everywhere, you don't know where to look, where to what to focus on. But when you start out slow and gradually build up to what you want to focus on, I think that's where the best films are made.
Yeah. And I remember as a kid, because originally I saw the cartoon on Cartoon Network, which I loved watching at the time. I
It was
I
on. It was
remember
on Cartoon Network.
I believe so, yes.
Huh.
I know it started out on Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the I remember immediately falling in love with the dark, mischievous title theme, and then seeing the season one title card drew me in. I
Yeah.
absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Then all these years later, coming back and seeing the movie, hearing the dark, mischievous Danny Elfman theme, and seeing a almost identical title card to what I remembered from the show. As soon as I saw that title card, I thought I am immediately I'm gonna love this.
Yeah. It was awesome.
I've had the theme stuck in my head for the past couple days.
I don't remember the theme, but I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. Rain, was there anything you wanted to discuss about the movie?
I was actually wanting to ask if you wanted to mention your headcanon.
Remind me which one, because I have a lot of them.
The one about the beginning of the movie.
I don't remember.
The Maitland death scene.
Forgive me, I'm drawing a blank. Please,
You're gonna have to yank some teeth
Please-
to get it out of him.
please refresh my memory.
You told me you headcanoned the landlady who was trying to sell their house orchestrated their death just so she could sell the house.
Oh yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Um, what was her name? What was the character's name? Anyway, yeah, I remember seeing that. Is that dog? Is the scene on the bridge with the dog? There is no way that dog knew to stand on that board and then step off and then walk up and walk up, basically making fun of the Maitlands as their car falls in the water. Because that dog came straight out of nowhere. You can see it right before the wreck. You can see it. You can see that dog roaming around the bridge just before the wreck happens. I think that dog belonged to her.
Maybe.
Because I do think she intentionally murdered the Maitlands. Because you remember the whole thing she was going on about before that happened. She said, "Oh, well, you should sell the house so that a family with kids can move in." And this felt to me like I wasn't asking. That's kind of what it felt like to me.
I could see that.
But that's just a theory. A film theory. No, I don't want to get
Okay,
copyright.
Matt Pat.
All right. We have a couple of minutes left. Is there anything else anyone would like to add?
Well, all I can say is I'm going to be spending a lot more time checking out Beetlejuice now that I found it again. Thank you.
You're very
Yeah,
welcome.
I need to rewatch it too.
Yeah, you know what? I wish we could actually do that along with the sequel because that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
That
well,
would.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll do it sometime soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just a private little thing like this.
Yeah,
gotcha.
or a members only type thing, or just on Rumble, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, Rain and I do it all the time. We've actually started doing that recently, where we'll watch like Transformers Armada, or we'll go on and watch things on YouTube, and we'll come here and we'll do a private unrecorded thing of just the two of us.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, actually.
Yeah. Because what we do before, one of us would play it on like either a computer or on like a tablet or something. Then we'd be in a Facebook Messenger. We'd be in a video call on Facebook Messenger, streaming it to the other person through our phone. But there, the problem we come across is the audio would occasionally cut out, or the signal might not be great, and sometimes it would get really pixely and blurry. But
Yeah. It's a great movie. Definitely one of the classics, and I can see why Michael Keaton's favorite film that he worked on was this film.
Yep.
Uh,
Shall we do? Shall we wrap things up?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get over to Tony's so he doesn't think we're ignoring him, and hopefully he has some guests over there. And then I got to set up my stream for later tonight. So
I
yeah,
will
this has
put.
been
I will be putting the links to Theta of the Grid and Casey's Creepy Creations in the description of this podcast.
awesome.
Please, 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 please check them out. They're both awesome. If you love horror stories, Casey's Creepy Creations is right up your alley. He knows how to weave a dark tale.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll put it in the private chat. I'll put Casey's.
I
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, we'll have to do this more often when
Please
it's
have
not
me
such a
back.
busy
Please
such a
have me
busy
back.
day. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just wish that I could have gotten my my Theta armor. Man, it's looking good, but yeah, it's just not ready. I'm gonna have to wait until next
Dude,
year. Eh,
it's Halloween. You're supposed to bust Ghost anyway.
yeah, exactly. That's what I figured. That's why I was thinking about putting on my captain, my Star Trek captain's not armor, but a captain's Federation suit, uniform, but I figured since it's Halloween, might as well bust some ghosts. So
Yeah. I
Well,
believe it is the yep. From the Avalar break room, I am Warevo with Theta of the Grid, Casey's Creepy Creations, and Rainbow Sparkle. Bidding you all, my friends, good night and God bless and happy Halloween.
bye.